What's up? This is your host Non-Fungible TC, Non-Fungible today and Non-Fungible tomorrow, and I hope you do have a good Monday and Tuesday and also the remaining of the week. As we can see, the S&P futures right now and Dow's future is right now in the red. So there is a chance that we could expect some downward movement for the crypto market. But in general, as you know, I am someone who try to give you all the facts in the world and also share with you what is happening in the macro environment before getting into crypto and also NFTs, right? I wanted to share with you these type of headlines. Inflation is a real thing. People are definitely talking about inflation. Of course, if you're trading crypto, you might be well off with a lot of people. They're based in the US, according to what the Fed's research are showing. But inflation is a real issue. Even in China, China faces a nearly 1 trillion funding gap. It would need more debt to fill it. So national debt is going to be an issue. Europe's own inflation hits yet another record high as food and energy prices soar. So energy, inflation, blah blah, is definitely an issue. And I don't think that the bull market is gonna immediately come like as we all think, right? Some people were saying that, oh, we're back in the bull market right now. We're gonna go to Bitcoin break 31,000. It's time to resume the bull market, mid-life changing gains. I think that would take some time. The market needs to adjust, need to understand what is happening in the world. So anyways, back to our daily news today. Let's look at the crypto news. I would say things are kind of positive. Bitcoin at 31,000. But I wouldn't be so happy immediately. Usually for me personally, if you weren't able to enjoy this pump, I wouldn't buy it. Usually what I've learned so far is just to buy the dip, right? Only buy when RSI is low. Right now RSI is pretty high. And also, but you zoom out, Bitcoin still has a long way to go back to its previous all-time high. Right, but with Bitcoin at 31,000, it's a good thing. Our market cap is 1.31 trillion, which is back at like a week's level. A while back it was at 1.2. Now we have 0.1 trillion back in the market, which is positive. Trading volume is positive, and it's interesting to see how the market is working right now. Right, Cardano doing especially well. I kind of mentioned about Cardano yesterday. I was saying that it is because first of all, they have the Ethereum cross compatibility thing. They kind of have a bridge where you can bridge like ETH token into Cardano and so on, right? So that would give them liquidity. And also by the end of the month, last month I think, end of the month, yeah, right now, they're doing a hard fork, right? So they're gonna do like a scalability upgrade. So that would definitely make people feel bullish about Cardano, and so that's why we have like around 20% increase in the last 24 hours. But now we're dropping back because, as I said, crypto, although there was a decoupling movement a while back with the Nasdaq, but crypto in general does follow the equity market, especially on a risk-averse market, right? So if we look at these bubbles, wow, Wave 59% increase, near a 12% increase, Cardano a 19% increase. Interesting. Sim30 at 24% increase, right? So but as we all know, as fast as these tokens could go up, as fast as these tokens could go down. So a while back, right, we were talking about Lunar Classic, right? People trading Lunar Classic, but now we're at a minus 13%, right? It seems that people are moving to Luna because now Binance has the Luna 2.0 listing, right? So this is the overall market right now. Let us look at the the crypto market cap. Market cap is kind of going back up slightly. So the market is recovering, as I believe. But yeah, we did have a huge jump. We have the money coming back in, right? So if you're looking for trading advice, this is not financial advice or anything. Personally, what I do is after a market that has gone up so quickly, I usually tend to wait for it to retrace, right? For me, I'm not comfortable with getting in if I miss the pump. So for me, I would come back in later, right? And usually what happens is that if we look at trend lines, right? Usually you could draw trend lines, right, here to here, right? So you could always have the idea of the self-fulfilling hypothesis, hoping that it will one day drop back here and then buy here when you have that dip, or maybe even breaking this because of liquidations, then buy and then maybe have a chance of a higher risk and reward, right? So but in the past a while, we are trading in this range, right? So I would say we are not out of the woods yet. We still have some time. It is only until we break the sideward movement that we can make an assumption whether it's a recession or whether it's a bull market in resume, right? So a lot of uncertainties in the market. Let us look at on-chain data. On-chain data is definitely certain. In terms of Bitcoin, positive. Exchange reserve and exchange net outflow. Money is leaving. I mean, like people are withdrawing Bitcoin from the exchanges, so that is positive. Two huge big risks. So that's why people are removing Bitcoin away from the market. So positive, but still RSI is kind of neutral. People are realizing profit, so this is negative in the sense that people will sell. Let us look at Ethereum. If we look at Ethereum, exchange reserve is negative. It seems like, and also I did share an article about 31A, which is like a hedge fund company moving a lot of Ethereum on chain. I mean, like moving Ethereum to the exchanges, so maybe that could create a selling pressure. So be careful. Ethereum itself looks kind of negative in terms of if you want to buy, because exchange reserve continue to rise with a higher selling pressure, right? But the deposits are still low, so we'll have to see. DeFi is pretty much the same. Yesterday we talked about Tron, taking like a lead position in the top 4. Now Tron is in the top 3, so doing pretty good. But in terms of the last 1 day change, the most you have Cardano is doing quite well as well in terms of people staking Cardano and also using DeFi in Cardano, positive. So that could also mean that when we see these changes, that we see that these huge big bubbles, there are other fundamental reasons that are causing it to go up. For example, Cardano, I think people are using the network now, so that could explain the pump. So this is the crypto market. I would say this is a great wick, but if you didn't buy here, right, and if you want to buy here, I think your risk is kind of high because there is still a lot of time. We never know, right? So we'll have to see. But if the traditional market isn't doing so well, people will de-risk, and that would definitely affect the crypto market. That's all I can say to you, right? So let us move to the NFT market. NFT market, if we look at this in the last 24 hours, market cap, this is the market cap, and then you have a 9.16% decrease. So it seems that the NFT market is kind of quiet. On Ethereum, kind of a mixed market in the last 24 hours. And I do hear that there's a lot of scam collections coming out. People stealing art, people are, desperate in creating mints. A lot of degen players that turned out to drain your Ethereum. So gotta be careful right now in the space. But if we look at the blockchain by sales volume, it seems like Ethereum is, back up, so that's positive, right? So maybe this wasn't able to show. But on here, we can see that, Ethereum sales volume is going up, but Solana is going down. We look at the app data. In the last 24 hours, we do have Magic Eden, still higher than OpenSea in terms of the last 24 hours users. So, I think because the pop market is kind of positive, it is bringing some liquidity back in the market. So, that's it for the NFT market from a global perspective. I will have more focus to talk about this news today, which is Prada joined top luxury brands in Web3 with Ethereum NFT. So right now, Prada is going to release 100 NFTs to go with the Cassis Hertz Times Capsule apparel drop, right? So Cassis Hertz is actually the son of Damien Hertz, which is also another very famous the fashion and luxury designer. So they are gonna launch a time capsule, right? So in Prada's case, what will happen is that buyers will receive a free airdrop NFT to go along with the physical merch purchase from Prada's latest collaboration with Cassis Hertz, son of Damien Hertz, right? So basically, you buy this Prada shirt, and then you'll be airdropped NFT. Okay, so this is about the Hertz family is no stranger to NFT and stuff like that. And also it really shows that the brand's focus remains on physical items, right? Because NFT is a free bonus, right? So this is what the article is saying. But what I want to share with you is more about the drop, right? So what happened is that this drop will happen in June the 2nd. What you do is that you buy the physical wearable, the physical shirt, and then they will airdrop this NFT to you, right? But then there is only around 100 of these NFTs. So But what I really wanted to share with you, so this is about the time capsule, other previous drop. What I really want to share with you is actually product cryptid, right? So basically, Prada Crypto is the NFT platform on Prada.com and the brand's news community server on Discord. A place to exchange ideas and inspire one another while connecting the universe of fashion and the world of arts, architecture, cinema, music, rugby, and more. So if you go here, first of all, they now have a Discord channel for Prada. They also now have a website, which is dedicated to NFT, right? So this is an NFT platform, right? So usually what it means is that maybe they could sell other NFTs in the future, right? And also, if you look at this is actually a Prada Times Capsule. It's actually a special project on the Prada. So you can see the brand's approach, right? It seems that the brands would go more into NFT, dedicating a platform just for NFTs. So definitely, I would suggest you to check it out. And also keep a close eye on which brands are gonna develop their maybe potential marketplace and also their platform. So I think the biggest takeaway is that this is not just like a one drop and that's it, right? Prada is now trying to build a community on Discord and also trying to build a platform dedicated to NFTs. So Prada is here in the long run. So this is the main thing that I want to share. So another news, Shiba Inu founder deletes social media post, steps down for community, right? So basically the Shiba Inu founder said, I'm just a guy of no consequence, tapping at a keyboard and replaceable, he's Woshi, right? So he's trying to say that he's going to leave the Sheep project and he has been deleting some of his posts, right? So this, interestingly didn't affect the Shiba price, right? So what it really shows is that there is always a risk, right? If you buy a certain crypto, if you buy a certain NFT for the team, right? There is always a risk of a team leaving, right? There's always a risk of a team deciding to move on to the next project. So it is important, like if you're invested in any tokens and stuff like that, to really keep track on the social media, to really look into the news and see if the team is still working on it, if there's any hints that the team might want to leave and step down. So definitely, Shiba Inu holders, you definitely need to know this news if you're not following closely with what is happening, right? Another news, Chinese state media signals tighter crypto regulations in the Terra aftermath, right? So, once the Terra crash happened, I did say a lot of countries is going to look into regulations, right? You have the world leaders in the World Economic Forum talking about regulating crypto because of these, Terra aftermath. So right now, China has used its economic daily media outlet to signal that further regulatory action may be taken towards stablecoin in the wake of collapse of Terra's algorithmic stablecoin, right? So this article is basically about, the Chinese government is gonna, right now crypto is actually banned in China if you do not know, but it seems like the Chinese government is gonna do more, to impose even tighter restrictions on complete bans on stablecoins that prohibit ownership, transfer, purchase, and sell assets, right? Especially for Tether, right? So basically what now, crypto is banned in the sense that companies cannot use it, but they have a gray area in terms of crypto ownership, right? So you could own crypto, but you can't really use it. But now China might take a, more firm gesture after seeing a lunar crash in order to protect retails, right? So be careful. I mean, like all of this headlines like this definitely could ruffle feathers, like could affect the market. So it's important to always check the latest news. So this is just something that I want to share. I've seen a interesting statistic recently, and it has something to do with play to earn, right? And the reason why I saw this is that there was this article saying that Hong Kong is actually number 2 in accepting play to earn games, right? So this research is basically about adoption of NFT games in the US, right? So as you can see, only 9.4% of people have played play to earn games in crypto, right? So we are still very early in terms of play to earn. And according to this article, men are more likely to play play to earn games than women. Okay, and interestingly, it shows that people aged 18 to 34 is more likely to play to earn. So people aged at this age is likely to play at 17%. So it'll be interesting to see how age is affects play to earn. And actually, it is interesting because I thought people who are older might not be interested in play to earn because they're well off financially. But it seems like maybe play to earn does provide certain incentive or nice to have mentality of making money while you're playing the game. So that's why the age range is kind of wide, right? So interestingly, they do have something called the adoption of global NFT gaming trend. So what they were saying is that actually Hong Kong is number 2, right, in terms of this play, right? People who play to earn games, right? And then number one is actually India, right? So and also you also have Philippines, which are 25% of the people were interviewed, and Singapore, Malaysia, and also in Dubai, right? So this is actually very interesting to see the breakdown, right? Play to earn is relatively new in the US, but then planning to play and stuff like that is actually a huge thing in Asia, right? So and also maybe in India, in Africa as well, Nigeria as well, right? So yeah, basically this article is saying that we are still very early in terms of play to earn. There's some breakdown of the ages and the type of people who are interested in play to earn. So if you're interested in play to earn, if you want to understand demographics, definitely helpful article to read. So another interesting very news, which is South Korea is betting on the metaverse and it could provide a blueprint for others, right? So the thing that I find very interesting here is that actually this is a government-driven initiative, right? So as part of its Digital New Deal, a program for investing in new technologies in the country's ecosystem, the Ministry of Science and Information and Communication Technologies plans to kickstart the metaverse industry in South Korea by supporting companies and creating jobs, right? So they're saying that the metaverse is so this is a government initiative, right? It is not a private VC fund or whatever, but it is a government money injection into this industry. So they're saying that the metaverse is an uncharted digital continent with indefinite potential, with the government earmarking 223.7 billion won for the endeavor, right? So right now the government is gonna invest the money into the metaverse technology and things like that. So I think it is very interesting to see. So right now, besides the public statement, they kind of talk about it, right? But they do talk about in this article about how other K-pop groups did embrace NFTs and also the metaverse, right? So new frontier, new risk, and stuff like that. So look before you leap and stuff like that. So the point that I want to bring today, and sorry, I'm kind of tired today. I took my jab today. So the point that I want to bring today is actually that even governments nowadays are investing in the metaverse. Simply put it that, right? So it is time to reevaluate the definition of metaverse, right? A lot of people think, oh, metaverse is play to earn games, right? It is a game, right? But what if there's more to that, right? What if the potentials of the metaverse isn't just gaming? What if it's another layer of social life, another layer of a physical life, right? So I think that this article really does put things in perspective, saying that how the metaverse isn't maybe not just confined to games, but also in the future could play a bigger picture rather than just a jargon and buzzword. So yeah, it will be interesting to see with new technologies, with new headsets, with new AR, VR, XR, whatever all technology that comes out. The potential to the metaverse is gonna become bigger and bigger, right? I don't think there's a lot of interesting news today. It's just that I know there's a lot of NFT scams, so be careful in that. And also people were airdropping NFTs to you in your hidden folder, and then if you interact with it, it brings you to a phishing link, which could also scam you as well. So be careful in that. But news-wise, this is basically the news that I found today. So it's interesting to see luxury brands really getting into the metaverse. But to be honest, this isn't Prada's first venture, right? Because they did have a joint NFT airdrop, not airdrop, but launch with Adidas a while back on the Polygon chain. So it'll be interesting to see how they really build a community related to NFTs and also what their platform is about, right? Because usually when you come up with a platform, it basically means that you'll have more future drops. So this is your host, Non-Fungible TC, signing out. If you like the content, like and subscribe, share this with your friends, and have a great day. Trade safely. Bye bye.